Hey everyone, in this video we are going to be creating a clipping mask in Adobe Illustrator. We are going to create a custom clipping mask, and I'm going to show you how to create a compound path using the pathfinder in Adobe Illustrator as well. First, we need to start by importing our image. To do this, we're going to go to File at the top menu, and we're going to go to Place. We will navigate to our image and click Place. With one click, I can place the image. Next, I'm going to embed and resize the image. You can embed the image in the control panel in the Essentials Classic workspace or in the Properties panel. Next, I'm going to scale down the image, and then we can get started. Now that we have our image placed and embedded in our document, we can start by drawing around the image with the pen tool. Before we do that though, we are going to want to lock this down. There's two ways to lock this image. First, we can go up to Object, Lock, Selection. Now you need to make sure that the image is selected for this to work. The other way can be through the Layers panel. We can expand our Layers panel, expand this layer, and there we see our image. We can lock the image right next to the eyeball by clicking the lock. Now that our image is locked, we can begin drawing around the image. I am going to select a stroke that is a bright color so that we can see, and I'm going to remove the fill so that we can see where we are drawing. With the pen tool selected, I can start drawing around the silhouette of this person. Usually I like to start at the top of my image, and sometimes you might need to zoom in to get the really fine details. When you're using your pen tool, you start with one click, and then you go to the other side of an arc, and then you click and hold to create a curve and pull back with your cursor. Then you're going to anchor back by clicking the last anchor point, and when you hover over it, it will say anchor. You'll click that and then go to the next arc and pull. And you keep doing this until you have drawn all the way around your silhouette. Now this image has a place where I need to cut out the arm. And so after I get done drawing around the silhouette, I'm going to draw that piece and show you how you can remove that interior piece so that she looks fully cut out. Okay, now I have gone ahead and drawn around the silhouette of my subject. I've also drawn around this interior part that I want to have cut out as well. So the first thing I need to do is I need to create a compound path out of these two paths. To do that, I'm going to use what is called the pathfinder tool. So to start, I'm going to select the silhouette and I'm going to flip this around so that you can see the fill. And I'm going to select the inner arm area and I'm going to flip that around. So you can see the two parts here. What I want is for the pink part to be punched out of the yellow part. And this creates what is called a compound path, which means it is a path in Illustrator that has a hole inside of it. Now I will navigate to the Pathfinder tool. You can oftentimes find it in the Properties panel, depending on what you have selected. You can also find it at Window, Pathfinder. The specific mode we need for this action is called minus front. This is a compound shape that will subtract from the shape area. I'm going to click on the pink path, then I will hold Shift on my keyboard and click on the yellow part to have both paths selected. With both of these paths selected, I will go over to my shape mode and I will click on the minus front. And now that area has been cut out from the yellow. Next, I need to create my clipping mask. But to do this, I need to unlock my image first. So I will go to Object, Unlock All. Now that my image is unlocked, I can select the image and my custom shape together. My image is selected, so I will hold Shift and click on the yellow. With the image and the shape selected, I am now ready to create my clipping mask. There are several ways to find the clipping mask action. One way is to go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. You can see here there is also a shortcut, which is Command 7. I can also go to my Properties panel and hit Make Clipping Mask, or I can right click and select Make Clipping Mask. And now I have created a custom clipping mask in Adobe Illustrator. Now, if you do all these actions and it does not work for some reason, you need to go to your layers panel and collapse down your first layer to see everything that is in your layer there. Sometimes we can accidentally draw small points or lines that are kind of nearly invisible when you really zoom out, and you can only see them when you break it down in the layers panel. If you have something other than a path and an image selected, it will not work. So you want to make sure that you're selecting only one path and one image. I hope that this helps you create a custom clipping mask in Adobe Illustrator.